Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Midnight Podcast, a very unique Midnight Podcast from here on out. The person I'm about to introduce, he's one of the best. He's awesome. I've known him since I was a pup, and everyone knows him. He's a legend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just introduce him without any further ado. Dean. How are you, Dean?
Not bad, Johnny. Yourself?
Good, mate. Good. I was in Greece for 5 weeks. It was very hot. I come back here and now it's cold.
Melbourne's the same.
Yeah, mate. Melbourne never
Always.
changes.
Clayton's the same too.
Yeah, mate. Never changes. The first topic that we're going to discuss is the kids today. Rebellious kids.
Yep.
How they run amok. And compare them to how the kids were back in the day, in the 90s. You reckon there's much of a difference? Do you reckon it's gone worse, better?
Worse.
Yeah?
10 times worse. There's no respect these days.
No respect. I know,
No
mate.
respect at all. These kids are starting at a very young age doing crazy things.
Yeah, man.
Things that most criminals wouldn't do growing up as an adult.
Yeah, it's hectic, man.
It is bad.
Like back in the 90s, man, you know, we did our shit, but we had respect for the elders. Now they don't have respect for the elders. They'll do anything. They don't care where they go, what they do. And I just think something needs to be
They're
done.
just trying to earn a name for themselves, but to who? God knows.
Yeah.
When you were a kid,
No, when I was a kid,
what's the worst you got up to? Criminally?
I tell you what,
Anything?
I was a very rebellious kid, but criminally, not much at all, man. I was pretty boring. I mean, I used to kick bins down, but that's pretty much it. I would hang out with kids that were trouble. Back then, man, like we had the bikes with the pegs, used to dink each other.
That's right.
We used to go to another suburb, cause havoc, and just come back. But that was it. It was nothing too spectacular. I was never into stealing cars or stealing anything really. Never even smashed windows. Just, yeah, man, just doing malakias, bins, and that's pretty much it. So I don't really have anything interesting, you know, when I was young. So
I got too many stories to tell. How you saying bins? I remember one day we were riding back from Mordialloc. There's about 15 of us on our bikes, you know.
Yeah.
So on Warrigal Road, and it's a big road, yeah. So,
yeah, it's massive.
So we'll come from the beach, right? And by the time we've hit from the beach, which was Warrigal Road and Beach Road, to Nepean Highway, there's all units and flats, yeah. And it happened to be bin night that night, right? And yeah, so as you can imagine, we started booting down all the bins and that. It started off with one bin and then.
You know why I started booting them? Because I used to watch WWE with my mate Mitzi, and coppers, mate, always in Clayton. Hear the sirens, always in Clayton. It's a given. I used to kick the bins down because I was a crazy wrestling fan. I was a fucking nerd there. And I would super kick every bin. Shawn Michaels used to do Sweet Chin Music, the super kick. And I would go around super kicking all the bins. I wasn't doing it because I was a fucking hard cunt. I was doing it because I was a wrestling nerd there, kicking all the bins over. That's why I used to kick bins.
We happened to start kicking all the bins and that, and this one vigilante of an owner's come
There's
out.
always one. There's always one.
But everyone had good bikes, yeah, and it was me and this other guy. I'll never forget it. And we got stuck at the back, and I had like my dad's bike, which was like a, you know, one of those big mountain bikes with like one of those lady seats, yeah. Because he lost his license at the time for drink driving, so I borrowed his bike on the weekend, yeah. And what happened was, we're at the back now trying to, you know, catch up to the rest. And this guy happens to jump out in front of us, block us, and this and that. We say, we don't know, we live up the road, we got chased by these blokes, you know. Like, so we're lucky enough to get away with it, yeah, but...
See, back in the day, man, if we were caught, like fair income, we got caught red-handed, we'd be nice about it, man. We'd play dumb. Sorry, we didn't know, this and that. Today, man, if a grown-up catches kids, what are you going to do, cunt? Oh, I'm going to fuck you up. There's, like we were saying, there's no respect.
Because kids these days, they know the law, right? They know what they can get away with. They know what to say. They've been schooled by us old school, where we used to cop it, right? I've copped it from the coppers a few times, but don't worry about that. I've given it back to the cops too. I can tell you stories about that.
Back then, there's a lot we didn't know. And that's why, you know, like if you don't know, people can fuck with you. But now the kids know so much, and they've got the iPad, man. They've got the tablet. They get on there. They go on Google. We didn't have Google back then. We barely had dial-up. Now you get on with Google. You find out the law. You can be a cocky cunt. Back then,
it's not even about them finding out about the law, because once one or two of their mates are in the system and they know everything,
yeah, that's it.
It just follows on with a pattern, and it just tells the other kid to say, listen, don't worry about if you get caught, just don't say nothing, and tomorrow you might be going home. The worst case scenario, you'll be going home in a month, right? Big deal. What's gonna, how are they gonna think as the punishment? If we knew we did stuff like that back in the day, like, forget about it. Like,
back in the day, one thing that was massive is tagging. Today you don't see it too much. You see it a little bit still, but nowhere near like the 90s.
The culture's gone now, like American style, where it's gone to the freeways.
I didn't know that.
If you travel a lot of freeways, which it seems to the way you drove tonight before earlier, that you don't travel on the freeway very often.
Yeah, no, I don't. Okay. I don't travel, period, mate.
I get that part, but maybe in the local area, I get that you drive the way you do. I'm thinking, fuck, man, alright, no worries. Like, I can live with
Would you believe it? I've never, touch wood, I've never ever been in an accident. I've probably caused a million accidents, but I've never been in one myself. But I can't drive to save my life. And parking is even worse.
That's why I told you to slow down behind the bus. I got a bit worried, But going back to the topic with the kids, right? So, like I said, the worst I ever did and got caught for, was pretty much, I didn't get caught for it, but I got interviewed at Oakley Police Station when I was 12 years old. Yeah. Prior to that, I got charged, caution notice at 10 years old for stealing a bike or whatever. It was nothing, nothing too serious. But then at 12 or 11, I got called into Oakley Police Station as so we were 12 and there was about 7, 8 of us. My younger sister was there at the time as well. She was 11. It was actually her birthday night. Right, then we went out for it. She's 11 now and we're 12 and we're going out to a house, like a party, like a local party anyway. And these two kids were about 17, they came to the drugs and they thought they could, fuck with us, And what happened was, like, we ended up, like, reversing it on them, like, showing them that we're not scared of them because they're raging. Anyway, we pretty much were chasing them home, but they're in walking mode, through the drains and that, like. And what happened was,
I remember the drains.
And then one of the boys hit the guy from behind, and he's fallen on the ground. And I ran up, man, and I've just given him this soccer boot with the bottom of my shin. I'll never forget it, right? Like, I had the scar there for years, right? And I've knocked out his tooth, mate. So I've given him my first blood, when I was young as, okay. And then, like, but again, that was just like assault. Like, went back to the police station. The guy ended up having to drop the charges on that because his dad went and threatened one of the main culprits that was involved. Shit. Another one of us was at the time. So that's meaning an adult thinking a minor. Yeah, wow. You get what I mean? Wow, so at the end of the day, he had to drop the charges because of that. And prior to that, I forgot to mention this one. This one gets funnier. So I'm with my dad and my sister at DFO, right? It never used to be called DFO. It used to be called
what was it called?
Moorabbin. No, not Moorabbin. It's all
direct. No.
Anyway, it'll come. But anyway,
no, that's going to do my head in there.
Anyway, so what happened was, I'm there with my dad, and I've noticed this guy, man, and I'm fucking shitting myself, right? This guy's come up to me.
Because you just don't know. Like,
this guy's come up to me and my dad, saying about his tooth, one of you and your mates, I said, it wasn't us, and then he was saying names and that. I said, well, go see him, like, it's not got nothing to do with me.
From a young age, I always knew one thing, always deny. Doesn't matter what it is, always deny. Unless they've seen you, even if they see you, deny. Say, I don't know what you saw.
So going even back to that, like, how you saying deny, alright? I remember one year, I was at in high school, this is, right? One of the girls brought two little kittens to school, she had them in the book. Well, we won't mention any names, or I can say they went to South Oakley Secondary College, as everyone knows around here. So a girl brought 2 kittens in a box, and they were maybe a couple of days old. And anyway, the boys are, like, whatever, dared me to grab the cats off her and run off, So I thought I'd take it one step further. So I grabbed them, ran off with them, grabbed them, ran off. So she's chasing me in circles, then I'm throwing the box in the air with the cats in it. And you got
jeez.
people, you got about like half the oval, you got all these people
Oh,
looking, right?
shit.
Mind you, you got Miss Howard, the year 8 coordinator at the
Yeah,
time, whatever it was.
yeah.
She was standing at the goals, just watching this whole time with what I've been doing. And anyway, I throw it, right, catching it, yeah! You know, she's screaming, she's chasing me around. And then the last throw, I felt bad, but I was like, I threw it for her to catch, yeah? But as she went to catch it, this, you know, I won't say spastic because it's a bit of a harsh word, but we'll say, you know,
We can say spastics.
we'll just say
We can say
retard,
spastics.
mate, because the box was coming so slow down, like.
There's no political correctness here.
Anyway, so she's going to catch it, rah, bang, it hits her head, the cat's drop on the ground, whatever.
At least the cat was fine. Hit her on the-
No, actually, the cats after they were, I think, half fine, half not. So I don't really know what happened there, right? But it gets funnier, right? So then recess has gone the bell, right? We've gone in. As we're going in, I heard that she had a bit of a scuffle with one of the little, I better not say the name, but one of the boys that was in her class. So she's gone to attack him in front of the classroom, rolling up. I wasn't there for that bit. I was already sort of half hiding, but not, you know. And thinking, I'll come to the principal's office, right? I hear my name. I'm thinking, oh fuck, here we go. Okay, no worries. I get there. They go this, and that. And nah, wasn't me. Go, nah, stuck to that.
That's it. Always deny.
Anyway, but
Always.
then this is how it gets any funnier, yeah? Then I see Miss Howard coming along. But I never knew Miss Howard was there, you know?
Yeah.
She came up and she goes to me, you were there, you're the one that did it, this and that. That's it, no more talking, right? We're calling your mother, wait for your mother. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go. This is the second time already this term, you know, here. So what happens is she comes and she goes, Diakonos Malaka. You know, so which in English, you know, means, what have you done, wanker?
Yeah.
I explained the story to her and that, right? Anyway, she goes, what? She goes, what was the girl bringing the cats to the school for?
Hello,
And I didn't say nothing. Anyway, so she somehow...
It's like what cats, yeah?
She somehow went into the office, something was said, blah, blah, blah. I saved myself from getting suspension, whatever, and then got 1 day in-house suspension. As you all know, if when you do that at our school, South Oakley, growing up as a kid, that was the day to catch up on your yearly worth of schoolwork you hadn't done. So you get off someone else and copy it, and that was it. But that's the worst.
Bro, you know what's
That's
fucked
the
up?
worst I ever got.
Back then, we would like say the F word to a teacher and we'd get fucking suspended for a week.
Oh, yeah.
Now you can punch on with a teacher, you can have a misunderstanding where you're pushing cunts over, teachers, and you don't get suspended, man. You don't even get fucking... we used to get after school detention where you sit back after school. It was a pain in the ass for the parents to come pick us up, you know, half an hour later. Now, nothing happens to the man. Everything is so normalised now. You can do the worst thing now, and the most you get is you have to stay indoors for recess. Like, they do fuck all, man. And you know what it is? It's that political correctness bullshit. The kids now, they can get away with everything, with the parents and with the teachers. They've got too many rights now, man.
Yeah,
too many rights.
Too many rights. Too many
You can't punish them. You're too strict on them. They'll be like, oh, you're psychologically abusing the child.
Yeah, emotionally.
It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, we can't say nothing to them now. We'll just let them run amok.
Well,
So teachers can't control them, bro.
no. Yeah, well.
Not today.
Yeah, no.
So there's no discipline, and that's why the kids now, they don't care about authority. They don't care about grown-ups. Like you said, when you were caught with kicking the bins, you're like, oh, sorry, we didn't know this and that. Now kids are like, go fuck yourself, old man. You
Yeah,
know?
that's right. Exactly. They got
But,
the balls to do everything.
What advice would you give to all the youngsters when it comes to, you know, fucking around and
On what, stealing cars and going in people's houses and taking.
just advice on how to be, not anything in particular, because you know we don't know nothing about none of that.
Find a new earn.
Yeah, do something that's a bit nice, or show some respect to the elders, the seniors, as they say, who came up
Look,
you know,
that,
before
you
you.
should know the rules by now. Follow the old school. That's
Yeah,
it.
always follow the seniors and always show respect.
This is why I've got 2 accounts. It's just ridiculous. You speak your mind and you get silenced. You stand up for what's right and they throw you in Facebook jail. 30-day ban. A month. An entire month from posting anything, commenting on anything, messaging anyone. A complete lockout of Facebook. They still let you surf it though, because they gotta get that ad revenue. Fucking dogs. Absolute dogs. There's no bigger joke than Dan Andrews. No. We are not going to be controversial anymore. No more being controversial in my videos. We're not going to talk about how Dan Andrews, the only premier in Australia, the only one, has decided to organise a Moderna plant in Melbourne. So they can make lots more of the yum to send us to our grave 40 years early. I tell you what, bro, reaching you is like reaching someone incredibly important. What takes you that long to jump on to do a podcast?
You know what? I'm no good at podcasts. I suck at them, man.
Well, you're on one right now. Why am I looking at the lights for? Hey, those are nice lights. Are they LEDs?
Yeah.
Fuck, man, they're bright as hell. Shit,
man.
what are you doing in your house? Mining Bitcoin or something? With that much electricity, either that or you're growing plants. Have you seen the world that we fucking live in? What thing do you see that's fine about it?